Boom. What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. It looks like my computer's working fine today, so luckily I have some stuff coming in to hopefully fix the problem permanently, but I was having weird issues yesterday later in the day when it was just randomly shutting off on me, so I don't know if it may be the power cord going into it, so I ordered one of those last night, so that should be here tomorrow. So I'm hoping tomorrow everything should be all good. Like, I shouldn't have any problems, and hopefully we don't have any problems during the stream. But yeah, we got another beer to look at today from a new brewery that I don't recall that I've had many beers from this brewery before. These guys are out of, I know they're out of Florida. Yeah, they're out of Miami. And what they consider themselves a gypsy brewing company, which I don't know completely what that means, but they do not have like their own tap house right now. They only do really small batches when it comes to their beers being released. But from what I saw, they have availability when it comes to the state of Florida, and they all go all the way to availability in Alabama as well. So they might be around those border states of Florida right now, or you can find it on Tavour like I did if you can want to look up some more stuff from Sun Lab Brewing Company, because today we're going to be looking at a pastry stout this afternoon called Welcome to My Dark Side from Sun Lab. And I really like this can art. It's clean, it's classy, really has nothing out of the ordinary going to it. It has that kind of like sunset kind of planety vibe going on here. Of course, with the Sun Lab kind of logo in front, which is really cool. This one comes in at 8%. It's a pastry stout brewed with macadamia nuts, hazelnuts, maple syrup, vanilla, and lactose. So I'm really expecting a really nice creamy kind of, maybe a little bit more sweeter of a stout with some nice kind of like roasted nuttiness to there. Who knows, maybe the macadamia nuts and the hazelnuts might kind of give off like a coffee vibe. I don't know, maybe like a roasted coffee kind of situation. Who knows, but I'm really excited to drink this one because I always like having new experiences with different breweries and being able to have this. And okay, I'm looking at it right here. So it's actually brewed and canned by Westbrook Brewing Company in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina for Sun Lab Brewing Company. So they don't have their own location right now, so Westbrook is actually brewing their stuff for them. So it's Sun Lab's recipe, but Westbrook is doing the canning and all that stuff. So probably can find them in South Carolina as well, I'm thinking, just because that's where Westbrook is. But without further ado, let's crack this guy open and see what this guy's like on the smell. I'm curious. Nice little pastry stout to start off the day. Oh yeah, really getting some like nice like roasted nut kind of note on the nose. Definitely there's a little slight sweetness. You definitely get that like stout kind of token smell right off the bat, kind of like a roasted malt kind of situation. Yeah, smells absolutely delicious. I'm curious of how sweet this one's going to be. Who knows? With it being a pastry stout, I'm keep the expectations a little high on sweetness, just because if they're trying to replicate a pastry, they want a good amount of sweetness in there. But without further ado, let's crack this guy open, drinking it out of my beautiful disaster little tulip glass, and let's see how this guy pours. Oh yeah, very thick. Definitely has like a syrupy kind of pour looking. A little nice white brown head that sticks around a little bit. With it being an 8%, I'm not expecting to have a lot of boozy taste in this one, just because it's, I guess, when it comes to pastry stouts, they can be all over the place when it comes to ABV, but I'm expecting this one to be like nice, creamy, kind of syrupy mouthfeel. The head's actually sticking around pretty long on this one, so yeah, getting I'm definitely getting like coffee kind of notes on the smell, so they might have added coffee in this one. Definitely getting like some roasted nut, maybe like the macadamia kind of situation, and the hazelnut. I'm thinking the hazelnut's going to bring in like a lot of those like ideal similarities to a coffee. Without further ado, let's try this guy out. So happy Friday, everybody. Cheers. Oh yeah, definitely has those reminiscent of like coffee flavors in there. Definitely has like a really nice roasted nut flavor. It's not too sweet at all. Definitely really low on the sweetness level, I thought. Definitely more, if there was like a chocolatey kind of vibe for me, it would definitely be more on like the fudgy end things. So it's not really lacing on the side of the glass too much. So you can definitely see this isn't as high of an ABV. Just because when it like higher ABV and if there's more alcohol in the beer, it kind of, you could, while you're spinning it and like kind of looking in the glass, you can see the alcohol kind of lacing on the side of the glass, which this one isn't really doing too much. I'm not going to kind of swig it around when it's this full still. But yeah, it definitely has that really syrupy, kind of heavy mouthfeel. The lactose is definitely helping bring that out a little bit more. Really not much of a sweetness at all, which I'm really surprised because with a bunch of the different malts they used in this, I'm surprised it's not a little bit sweeter than it is. So let's look and see what the description of this guy actually is. So let's see. You can taste their innovative skills on today's nutty vanilla maple syrup drenched Welcome to My Dark Side pastry stout to give it the bakery style richness of a hot fudge brownie topped with fancy mixed nuts. The brewers use honey malt, chocolate malt, and flaked oats, macadamia nuts, hazelnuts, maple syrup, vanilla, and lactose to kind of make their kind of like nutty fudge brownie kind of situation, which I'm not really getting much like reminiscence of like a fudge brownie. I'm definitely getting more of like similar coffee flavors when it comes to the hazelnut and like a roasted nutty flavor. The chocolate malt to me isn't really coming through a lot because there's not really that much chocolate notes. If there were any chocolate notes in this at all, it'd kind of be reminiscent of like a dark chocolate. There's that like that slightly bitter kind of like flavor when it comes to like similar to like a little bit of a bitterness from like a coffee flavor as well. But overall, yeah, this one's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And I'm not really getting like a honey sweetness in there at all. I'm actually really surprised at how not sweet this one is, to be honest. But overall, not bad. Not too shabby at all. It's definitely, if you're a coffee stout fan, I feel like you would be a good fan of this one. Because there's so many different like similarities to what it would feel like with a coffee stout, or if you like dark chocolate, you definitely get like more of like those bitter, kind of nutty, chocolatey flavors for me. Yeah, but overall, I think it's pretty good. I'm a fan. I like it. But let's see. What does Untappd have to say about this guy? So, like I said, it's an 8% ABV. So, yeah, I would say for me, that's on the lower range of kind of a lot of the stouts that I've had. 8% is on that little bit lower tier, but it's not bad at all. But let's see, with over 1,932 ratings, this one has an average rating of 3.91 out of 5, which isn't bad. Not bad at all. And let's see what people are saying about this one. Somebody gave this a 3.75, purchased it at the Open Bottle, which is in Huntsville, Alabama. So like I said before, you can get some of this stuff over in Alabama. This guy gave it a 3.5, purchased on Tavour. Let's see, this guy gave it a 3.25, saying quite good. The hazelnut aspect rides the train here. Dark and roasty, just a tad thin, and adjacent used impo. I have no idea what that means. And this guy purchased it at Shangy's Beer Authority, which is in Pennsylvania. So you can actually get their stuff all the way in Pennsylvania as well. So that's really cool. Let's see, this guy gave it a 2 out of 5. Picked it up at the Liquor Express and Craft Beer Store, which is in another Huntsville, Alabama location. Guess this guy wasn't a fan. And let's see, we got a 4 out of 5, another 4 out of 5. Let's see, another 4 out of 5. Purchased at the Bottle Shop at McElwain, which is in Franklin, Tennessee. Okay, so are getting up all the way to Tennessee with this. And let's see, what's this one? 4 out of 5, saying nice full body, would get again. It erased the sour taste of a fantastic voyage from my mouth. So he must have had a sour beforehand, and then he drank this and it washed away that sour beer from his mouth. So, and he purchased this in Black and Brew in, looks like Louisiana. So yeah, definitely you could see it kind of Sun Lab kind of coasting around, maybe the east, going up a little bit east, a little bit, not too far, going up all the way to Pennsylvania. But then you could definitely see a trend of it. A lot of their beers sticking down south a little bit when it goes to Louisiana. Let's see, Alabama. Where's this one? This is Georgia. So yeah, definitely kind of hanging around those southern states a little bit when it comes to availability of their stuff. But yeah, not too bad ratings. A little bit all over the place. Some people liked it, some people gave it an okay rating, and some people didn't like it. So a little bit mixed feelings when it comes to people using this, checking this one on Untappd. But let's start going down our ratings here and figure out what we're going to do with this one. So let's see. Let's pour a little bit more into the glass. Or I can just knock over things on my desk. That would be great too. Let's see. Let's think of can art. I like their can art on here. It's very simple. Really not much going on. I like the colors they used. I like the black colorway in the background and kind of having that kind of clean, kind of looking like a sun rising in the background, or you can kind of make it look like a planet. Really like Sun Drops logo on the front. And yeah, really nice black label. I like the red lettering they used on this one. Very, very nice. And my dog is now scratching at my door. This is lovely. So if you hear a couple scratching in the background, don't mind her. I think somebody set up a firework and now she's panicking. So let's see. So can art. Nope, you can see she's in here hanging out now. What are we going to do for can art in this one? I think I'm going to give this one a solid, I'll give this a solid 3.75 out of 5. Really nice. Not too awful. And not too much going on. Would definitely be something that catches my attention at a liquor store or bottle shop for sure. But yeah, it's not too anything out of ordinary. It's classy. It's clean. Very, very clean. So yeah. I guess it would be something that would catch my attention, but it wouldn't be something that would be overly eye-popping for me. But let's see. If I got, so this one's tough since they don't have their own tap house yet. So my only thing about getting this in a flight would probably, I can see you getting it at, what was it, Westbrook Brewing? Yeah, so possibly since Westbrook are the ones that brew it, you might be able to get it in a flight at Westbrook Brewing Company in South Carolina. So if I got this in a flight over there, would I get another one? I mean, it depends on other kinds of stouts that I had them in a flight over there too. If I had one that was a little more sweeter, kind of bringing about more like those sweeter pastry notes in the stout, I would probably get the other one. But if I just had this and I was looking for a nice stout, yeah, I'd probably get another one. I don't know if I would go out of my way to get an extra 4-pack to bring home. It's good. I really enjoy the flavors out of it, but it's not anything that's reinventing the wheel for me when it comes to bringing strong pastry flavors into the stout. But overall, it's still a really, really solid beer. I'm really enjoying this one still. So, I think my final rating on this one, I think I'm going to give this one a solid 7.5. Not bad at all. If you're looking for a nice kind of coffee reminiscent, maybe not too sweet of a pastry stout that's a little bit lower of an ABV, I would definitely recommend this one if you're a fan of that kind of thing. If you like really nice roasted nutty flavors with not too much of a sweetness, very syrupy mouthfeel, this one would be probably right up your alley as well. But overall, yeah, very, very good. Big shout outs to Sun Lab for making this one. I would just like to see it be a little bit sweeter, maybe a little bit less on the nuttiness, and kind of bring more of those chocolatey flavors out a little bit more. Maybe I want to get more of that reminiscent chocolate fudgy kind of brownie flavor a little bit more. But overall, still delicious, nonetheless. But other than that, I think that's pretty much what I have for you guys this afternoon. So thank you, everybody again for hanging out. You guys are amazing. Make sure to hit that like button, and if you're hanging out and haven't already, it would help me out a lot. Also, if you're watching on the replay, make sure you put down in the comments if you're drinking anything during my review. I want to see what people are drinking. Doesn't matter if it's a beer, cocktail, you name it. Throw it in there. I want to see whether people are drinking. Who knows if it's a beer? Maybe I might look out for it and kind of see if I can pick myself up to review it. But other than that, what else am I missing? Also, if you're looking for a nice kind of social media aspect for beer drinkers, always got to recommend Untapped. The link to my profile is down in the description below for you guys if you want to check that out. You can find people like me, Wintucky, Ian, Duchess. Let's see who else is on there. There's a couple people on there. I know Logan is on there now. We finally got Logan on Untapped, so a bunch of us are on there in this little kind of small beer community that we've created over here. So if you're looking to check that out, it's always a really little kind of fun little app to use. Check in beers, get some badges, get little discount deals when it comes to possible other beer subscription crates and beer shipping methods when it comes to different stuff out of all over the place. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So again, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. And before we get out of here, I always want to mention I still have the link to that GoFundMe going down in the description for you guys. A local brewery of mine, Skeleton Key Brewing. Well, Skeleton Key Brewery we had tornadoes go through a little bit south of here, probably like I would say 20-30 miles south of me, and they were unfortunately ravaged from this tornado that went through a little bit south of me, and their entire tap room was destroyed and all that kind of stuff. And I know that they've had the GoFundMe set up. I think they set it up, was it Monday or probably late Sunday night? And they have already almost pretty close reached their goal. Let me check really quick, just to see what they're at, because I'm curious. Because when we checked yesterday, they were already at 115,000 out of their 150,000 goal, which is really good. So let's see if the goal is even closer to be met. But let's see. Yeah, that's awesome. They're already at $121,000 raised for this brewery, and it's just showing all the craft beers